on what they're doing and what they were doing before we all started thinking about it. You begin.
Is this open? Hello. Yes, to answer your question, and thank you for inviting me to the Clinton Global Initiative. I feel very honored. But to answer your question, I think we have to really look at the Arab Spring and see what was the biggest question that was asked during the Arab Spring and what was the biggest voice that was coming out, and it was really about unemployment. So what we do as an Education for Employment Foundation, we feel that we have really touched the problem, and we've been operating for the past 6 years. The way we operate is we actually come from the demand, so we really come from the private sector, and we give hope for youth. In one of the focus groups that I was sitting in a month ago, I asked one of the youth, I told him, you know, what's your aspiration, what's your hope? So he says, I want a job, I want a house, maybe a car, get married. So the other guy next to him says, but this is not your aspiration, hope, these are your rights. And this is what we believe in. This is the right of every young person to get a job. So we've been working on job creation for the past 5 years, since 2006. The Education for Employment Foundation was founded first started in Jordan. Now there are offices in Yemen, in Egypt, in Palestine, in Morocco, and we're starting in Tunis as well. The way we operate is very unique because we come from the demand side. So we first get the commitment of the private sector. And the way we do this is we have a very influential board. So our board is consistent of all top private sector. Unlike many NGOs, because you usually bring people from the NGO world, we mean business because we're going to speak to business people and we're going to get the commitment of the business people. So we shake hands with the business people, they commit to jobs, and then we begin our training. So when youth come into our training, they realize that at the end of the training, they're actually getting jobs. So there is the light at the end of the tunnel. So, you know, one of our youth also told us, you know, when I get a job, I feel I'm alive. And this is what we want to do. We want to make youth feel alive. There's a lot of positive energy. We believe in the energy of youth, and I think we should harness it into positive action. So this is the basic model of our employment. We also monitor and follow up youth because, you know, employment's like a marriage. Once you connect, it doesn't mean they're going to stay there. So you have to make sure after 3 months they're still there. So because, you know, there is this 3 months probation period, so you have to make sure they're there. And then after 6 months also we follow up. And we also followed up our youth after 3 years, and some of them have started their small businesses, which is incredible. So positive energy, and we believe in youth. So that's what.
Thank you. Now, our next 10 minutes left. I don't want to take up any time. I want to give every one of you the same chance to answer the question I asked him. There are all kinds of people out here. If you could ask them to do one thing for the region, the future, and the people you care about, what would that one thing be?
I would still speak to the private sector. I think private sector is crucial. I mean, no matter how much employment program we can do, if private sector does not invest in the area, there shouldn't be any uncertainties. You know, there is positive energy of youth, and we should really harness that. So I really would urge the private sector to continue investing in the area. And I would want to refer to some of the people who have really supported us. We have done commitment, the CGI. In the coming 3 years, we're going to triple our numbers. We're going to be giving hope to almost 13,000 youth. And there has been some strong private sector supporting us. And, you know, we would want them to be, like, you know, similar role models. People like the Manpower Group, people like the MasterCard Foundation, Intel, Microsoft, the Middle East Partnership Initiative, BNP Nepeo as well, and as well as 700 other partners, private sector partners in 6 countries. So without them, we can't get the youth employed. We can't go anywhere. So that's my also call for the people here.